Okay, at this time, pag-aaralan natin yung notes payable, pero yung kanyang installment ay non-uniform. Ibig sabihin, installment nga yung pagbayad, pero hindi naman magkakapareha yung payment amount. Unlike dun sa dinidiscuss natin or yung pinag-aralan natin doon sa illustration or the previous illustrations na yung ano natin, yung mga amounts ay uniform. So, hindi natin yun magagamit yung tinatawag natin na annuity due or ordinary annuity. Hindi rin magamit natin yung due at once. Okay? Kasi yung due at once ay isang bayaran lang ng notes payable. Dito, again, hindi magagamit yung ordinary annuity due kasi hindi equal yung installment. Ang tanong, ano yung ating approach dito? Kung magko-compute, kasi yung pinakauna natin na step para tayo ay makapag-umpisa is i-compute natin yung present value. Okay, ang sagot dyan ay isa-isahin natin yung pag-compute ng present value of each of this payment. So, each of this payment, ibig sabihin yan, mayroon siyang kanya-kanya na present value factor. Okay. Kasi unequal, non-uniform. Okay, kaya ganito yung approach pagdating dito sa baba when it comes to the computation ng ating present value. Okay, so paano yung ginawa? So, first year, kasi itong problem na to, ang note ay was issued January 1. That was at the beginning of that year. And the first payment will fall on at the end of the first year, while the second of the second year, then the last payment end of the third year. So each payment, the first payment will run 12 months before it will due, and the other 24, and the other is 36. Okay, so isa-isahin dito yung pag-compute. So therefore dito, paano ba kinuha itong 0.909? So madali lang yan. Ganun pa rin yung formula, 1 over 1 plus 10%. In here, since 1 year lang yung lax niya, ang 10% is equivalent to 1 year. So ang i-erase lang natin dito na period is 1. Ganon din dito sa ikalawa. I-divide natin ito sa 1 plus 10% over raised to 2. This is good for 1 period, okay? 2. And the other is 1 over 1 plus 10% raised to 3. Okay, so on and so forth. Let's try our formula if we have done it correctly. Okay, so una, 1 divided by 1.1. Okay, so that is the 0.09. Then, mag-enter tayo again sa calculator or press na natin itong equal. Then, we have 0.82. Okay, that's for the third year. And this one is for the fourth year. Okay, so ngayon, hindi natin madidiretso yung yung pag-compute ng present value for all of these cash flows kasi unequal nga siya. Kaya ang gagawin natin dito ay i-multiply sila natin ng isa-isa. Kaya dito, each of these, okay, mayroon siya kanya-kanya na calculation. So this is the present value calculated. Then this will give us a total of 1.26. Okay. So therefore, following that, we can now have a formula, or preparation of our amortization table. So as usual, we begin at the present value that we have computed. Then, okay, since there were payments, or there is a payment in each period, so ilalagay natin ng another column dito for the payments. Yan. Ayun, di ba? Madali lang. Tapos yung interest expense, do not forget na ang interest expense natin ay always galing yan dito sa previous na, or yung beginning niya na amortized cost or carrying amount. Ito din ay carrying amount ang tawag dito, ha? Ang ibang term nila. And always this one, dito na naman, at saka ito dito. Yan galing. Multiply ka lang ng 10%. Okay? Kasi 10% yung ginamit. Okay? Until sa matapos. While this one is the amortization, ito ay difference lang. Halimbawa, itong 600 at saka i-deduct itong 102 against the 600, then it will give you 100, 107. So, halimbawa dito, tingnan natin, 600 minus 102, 630, then that's it. So, ganon. Okay, so paano ito kinuha? Ang present value, paano ito? So, i-deduct mo lang yung 497, 370, then it will give you this, and so on. And this one, i-deduct mo yung 347, 107, and it will give you this. Okay? Now that we have our amortization table, it means to say that we are now ready to prepare our journal entries. So, lagay natin yung journal entries dito. Okay? At first, we have our journal entry initial of the amount of the note. Okay. Itong problem, medyo ang nilagay niya lang is mayroong note. So, let's assume that the cash was received on that note. So, debit natin yung cash dito. Tapos, credit natin yung notes payable. Okay. Yung amounts ng notes payable is, how much was that? Total of 1.2 million. So, ilagay natin yan dito. 1.2 million. At saka yung amount of cash na na-receive is yung present value. Okay. This is the amount, 26296. Okay. And the difference of that, calculate natin, ito yung 1.2 minus the 1026296. And that's it. So we have 173,704 as our discount on note payable. Okay. Okay, so this is our first entry. Okay, now following that, ang second entry natin ay mangyayari on December 31, 20, X2. Okay, so, okay. Unahin muna natin yung amortization or recognition of the interest expense. So, debit natin yung interest expense. Interest expense. Ito yung pagre-recognize. Ito yun. Okay. Lagay natin dyan. Then, lagay natin sa baba ang discount sa credit on NP. Amounting 100 to 630. Okay. 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 Then, pagkatapos, yung second na nangyari ay nagkaroon ng payment. So, lagay natin yung payment dito. Debit natin yung note payable and credit natin yung cash amounting 600,000. Okay. So, ngayon, katapos na tayo. So, those are the two entries lang na mangyayari every end of the year. Kasi nag-fall din yung payment niya sa reporting date every December 31. Okay, pagpatuloy natin, kapag dating dito, we have another December 31, 20x. Sorry, ito pala ay 20x1 pala ito ha. Okay, 20x2. So, lagay again, interest expense. Then, credit natin discount on note payable. Okay, so ito yung mangyayari. So, the same amount, the same table that we need to follow. So, in that year, we have 52,893. Okay. And another entry is the payment of the note. At this time, the payment is 400,000. Okay. So, I think kaya mo na yan na gawin yung ikatlo. Kasi madali lang naman, di ba? So, again, ang sinasabi ko dito, ang key natin dito ay kailangan marunong tayo mag-compute ng present value, and at this time, marunong tayo mag-prepare ng amortization. Kasi wala yan, you cannot move into the preparation of journal entries. Okay. Now, there is a little variation presented in here by the author. Paano daw kung yung first installment was made in advance? Okay. Ibig sabihin, ito ay binayaran at the time of the issuance of the note, January 1. So the following payments would also fall on January 1. Okay, paano ba yung measurement diyan? Okay. So again, tandaan natin pag on the day of the issuance tapos nagkaroon ng payment, kailangan ito i-exclude mo doon from the computation of the present value. Ibig sabihin, ito lang yung i-discount yung dalawa. I-add mo lang yan if you want to get the total present value of the promissory note. So, tingnan natin sa baba ha. So, makikita mo dito sa computation, for the 600, nakalagay dyan 1. Ibig sabihin, wala kang ibabawas dito to compute for the present value. So, buong 600,000, ibig sabihin 100% of the 600,000 ay ilalagay mo siya as the present value. Doon ka magsisimula ng pag-compute ng present value pagdating doon sa second payments which will fall after 12 months or after a year. So this is for the 400. Then, and the next na 200. Okay. So you can see that a total of 1, 2, and this one, a total of 1.128. Now, how do we handle that pagdating sa amortization table? Same approach, maybe gagawa tayo ng dito, ng another document for the amortization table. So mag-umpisa tayo dito sa 1128926. So dito tayo yung natin, yung carrying amount. So may tayong carrying amount dito. Then, mayroon tayong payments. And mayroon tayong interest expense. At saka, another column yung amortization. Okay. So, yung yung payments is mayroon tayong 600, then 400, and the last is 200. Doon naman sa carrying amount, we follow this 11128,926 as the beginning. 28926. Okay? So, ito yung key dito bago tayo makapagpatuloy dito sa kanyang amortization. Now, dito sa first year, wala namang dito, walang interest expense kasi nga ito nag-fall at the beginning. Okay, so 0 yan. So, meaning to say, ang kanyang amortization is yung buo na 600. Ito yung i-deduct dito sa 128. 1128926. Okay, i-deduct yung buong 600,000. Kaya mayroon tayong 528,926. Okay. Okay. On the second year, pwede na tayong mag-multiply doon sa 528,926 by magkano yun? 10%. Okay, 10% yung ginamit, diba? Yeah, 10%. Okay, so multiply natin yan. Now we get 52,892.6, right? Okay. Then, we times yan 0.10. Then, i-deduct natin yan sa 400. Okay. So, this would give us amortization of 347,107.4. Okay. Then, let's deduct the 34717 doon sa 528,926. That will give us 181,818.6. 181,818.6. Then again, multiply na naman yan, maging 18,181.86. And the difference na lang, kung ano yun, it should exactly the same. Tingnan na natin ha. Minus 200,000. Okay. Okay, dapat dito is 0 na yan. Dapat dito mangyari is ito na lang, ito dapat yung nalagay dito. 181,818.6. Para ma-0 talaga, ito na lang yung i-adjust natin. So, ano yung difference